That is exactly what today's show is all about, getting the right advice to ensure that, everything is maintained and insured in this kitchen. Now, from insurance to making sure that we have nothing but the freshest fruits and veggies. Enjoying a plant-based diet does not have to be as dreadful as most people make it. You can add as much flavor to your dish whilst getting all those much-needed nutrients. And we'll be showing you exactly how to do this with our veggie and rice spring rolls. Delicious, Dumi, but I'm also curious, rice in a spring roll?
Yeah, Palesa, we're trying to make sure that we stretch our meals. It's all about making sure your fruit and veg goes a long way, but also so you stay fuller for longer as well, which is why it's perfect. We've chosen to use EXCELLA rice, Palesa, because as you know, 1 cup of uncooked rice gives you 2 cups. So you know that you're going to get a whole lot more than you initially bargained for. Now, Chef, you'll be doing the stir fry for us, which has a nice tangy sauce that goes together with the rice. And then I'm going to be showing exactly how to roll the spring roll, because spring is rolling in. So we need to make sure that our recipes are just as light and airy.
Oh, well, it's all about wonderful oriental flavor. So if you can pop a little dash of oil into each of those for me, it'll be great.
Tell me when to stop.
Oh, stop. Too much. Sorry, let me take a little bit from here.
Okay,
cool.
When
in doubt, it's fine. Let's just share a little bit over there.
Sharing is caring.
Absolutely. Anyway, so what we're going to do is some ginger and garlic. We're going to pop that into a pan. So again, there's going to give you lots of depths of flavor, that freshness from that ginger as well.
I tasted that.
And then, a bit of soy sauce. So that wonderful sort of salty, umami kind of flavor. And then, a little bit of honey.
I love that. Balancing those flavors again.
Okay, so again, you can imagine you've got that saltiness. You've got that earthy tones coming through from the freshness from the garlic and the ginger. Now you need that sugar just to balance it out. You haven't got honey, a little bit of sugar, a bit of golden syrup, you can alternate. But obviously honey, you're going to use a lot more volume because it's a lot more delicate than saying like, golden syrup or something like that you need to add into it. So that's going to go into there, and you just want to sort of reduce that down. And that's the sauce, that's the flavor that you actually are talking about. And that pan, I'm just going to wait for a little bit, heat to get up there. I want it to start to smoke. Very important.
Yes, okay.
Smoke. Get it cooking. So we can cook that very quickly. But tell us, what are you up to now?
I'm out here having the time of my life. I'm making a slurry or a paste that we're going to be using to seal our spring roll. Because I know I've noticed a lot of people, when they try to make a spring roll, what ends up happening is that your filling then seeps out. So we want to make sure that we seal it tightly and make sure that none of your filling escapes. And we're using carrots today, Chef. And I don't know if many people know that if you're going to be working with carrots, or another way to keep them fresher for longer, is to make sure you take the top off. Remove the top off, because that's where the leaves are. And what that happens is that if you keep the leaves on, they actually draw out the moisture from your carrots, and you don't want that. You want to make sure they stay nice and crisp and fresh.
Very important and very key to remember, as we are talking about keeping our fruits and our veggies fresher for longer, what we need to do is chop off the tops of our carrot heads, and that is going to essentially ensure that we've got nothing but the best, keeping all the flavor and moisture within there. Now, Domi, creating the spring roll, mixing it all together.
Now, Pali, I've got this mixture that Chef is already made for, or is making for us. You see there, he's got some fresh carrots, he's got some peppers, got some red cabbage. You need to ensure that the mixture cools down, otherwise you won't be able to handle it. So it is important that that's done. And then I've got some phyllo pastry. Today I'm using phyllo pastry, but you can actually buy the spring roll wrappers, because those are available as well. And what I've done is I've cut a little square for my phyllo pastry. And all I'm doing is I'm wrapping it into a little bit of a cigar and making sure to secure the bottom of our phyllo pastry. And then you roll it. And then before you get too far, remember this paste that I made a little earlier. I've got it over here. You put it on the very edges, which is where you want to ensure that the sealing happens, because you don't want your filling to seep out. So I'm going to put a generous amount here, but I'm going to make sure I flatten it out so that nothing comes out of our
So then, Dumi, would you say if we do not get that paste to make sure it's sealed properly, if we don't get that paste right and that consistency right, our spring roll could essentially fall apart?
Correct, Vanessa. It could fall apart, and we don't want that. We want to make sure we roll it nicely and tightly, and you want to make sure that you seal it correctly. Once it's sealed, all we need to do is we need to fry these babies to perfection and make sure we get that beautiful golden brown taste, which is what we're going to be using our EXCELLA oil for right now.
So we have put quite a generous amount of EXCELLA oil within that deep frying pan that Dumi is about to use, because at the end of the day, EXCELLA oil is light, clear and odorless, and it's also suitable for frying, grilling, baking and just so much more. EXCELLA oil has that neutral taste that we're looking for, which enhances the flavor of our food, maintaining that and meaning that you get the best quality for your family. Food is better at the end of the day together with EXCELLA. And Chef, when I did bite into my spring roll, The veggies were very crunchy.
Oh.
They were very fresh. There was no sogginess here.
Absolutely. So I've actually already turned the heat off now because you want to keep them. You want them still to be, you know, I've got asbestos hands, by the way. So you've got a crunch top. Really important to have that now because remember, you're going to be cooking it again. So heat off. I'm going to take that lovely bit of dressing that we made and I pour that. Oh, yes, look at that. Get all
It's already looking like an Asian stir-fry.
Well, I mean, it's exactly that. And you're just going to mix everything together just like that and then allow that to cool down and then pop that and mix it with your rice. And that's that filling that Tumi had earlier on with all that wonderful, rich, dark, golden hue coming through. But yes, don't overcook these. Anything you got, don't overcook. You can see how firm, you know, my peppers still are.
Look, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Tumi, on your station, how long does the spring roll go into the oil?
Not a lot, Balisa. All we need is this beautiful golden crispy color. About a minute to 2. Just make sure you keep your eyes on it because you don't want it to burn.
Yeah.
Iconic. To get this recipe, head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for the full ingredients list. And if you want to find out about an exciting new competition coming to Afternoon Express, check this out. Are you a newly qualified chef and have a strong personality to be on TV? If the answer is yes, enter the EXCELLA Young Chef competition to stand a chance to compete on Afternoon Express for 10,000 Rand and a year's supply of EXCELLA products to kickstart your career. Just follow the easy steps. Go to the EXCELLA Young Chef competition post on the Afternoon Express Facebook or Twitter page. Click on the link and upload a video of yourself sharing your name, a short intro about yourself, where and when you qualified as a chef, and describe your EXCELLA signature dish using EXCELLA rice, oil or mayonnaise. Entries close at midday on Monday, the 18th of October, 2021. T's and C's for the competition can be found at afternoonexpress.co.za. All right. I see the stakes are pretty high here on Afternoon Express.
Pretty high, Pale.
I'm looking forward to it. I wish I was a newly qualified chef so I can put my name in the drawer and hopefully walk away with that 10,000 Rand and all that EXCELLA. Very exciting stuff. Now, if you want to zhuzh up your pap, then you have to stick around for our decadent, creamy mini meal recipe topped off with caramelized mushrooms and a gremolata. Yummy.